You can't do it. Sorry, I've just turned the light. I've got a little light on my new. I've got a little light on my new attachment, and I put it on. But it was kind of ridiculous to put it on because we've got like lights. Where are they? Cheers, lad. We've got loads of those kind of lights, so it's ridiculous. I put the light on my little holder for my phone. I hope you're all well. Thank you for tuning in.
I'm brilliant.
Chelsea have just beaten Liverpool
1-0.
1-0 at Anfield, which is the 5th straight defeat for Liverpool. The debate has been on the kickoff: will Liverpool make the Champions League?
When I promised to do a video with you, they lose.
I know. I thoroughly appreciate you always agreeing to do this. How are you feeling? Looking good. Check it out first. Obviously.
No, actually, I was checking out how bad I look very tired.
Are you feeling?
Not feeling great about this Liverpool side right now. I think they do look devoid of ideas. A lot of this is on Klopp, but also I do think a lot of it is down to execution, how the players are almost reverting back to playing. So, I wasn't thrilled about the performance, but also, again, I said it on the show, it wasn't so awful that I thought, these guys have given up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that Liverpool have given up at all. I don't know. In fact, people definitely have an opinion on this. I still think that Liverpool will make top four.
I don't know. I'm much less sure after that game. But you know what? I was also thinking, because I watched the Sheffield United game and I thought, yeah, this is a good one for confidence. But the only way that will continue is if you then beat Chelsea. Anyone could beat the team at the bottom of the league.
Yeah, but not anyone could beat Chelsea. No. Losing to Chelsea at Anfield. I know when you put it in context, when you say 5 in a row at Anfield, consecutive defeats, below Everton in the table. When you put it all in context, it sounds bad.
Yeah.
But simply losing to Chelsea this match, 1-0, fairly tight, lots of injuries. It's not terrible.
You know what, Mason Mount, I bloody love him. I love him. He looks like such a nice guy. Does a good celebration. Is this position that you should just love?
I just love him
the
so
position
much.
he plays is so good to watch. He's so strong.
He's so tenacious. He's everywhere. He's box to box, eye for a goal. Brilliant attack. Brilliant in the tackle. He is truly elite.
And he's homegrown.
Why do people not like him?
Does people not like him?
It's a fairly prominent school of thought that people do not like Mason Mount.
I think those people are looking for issues with a young player, and they pick on a young guy and they go, oh, well, I don't like this, and I'll pick a hole in his game and I'll do this.
And I think people like to celebrate. People like to celebrate the brilliance of Grealish or the unpredictability of Foden.
He's not as audacious,
and he's not as easy on the eye.
I think he's a very elegant player, though. When I watch him play, I do think he's very elegant.
But you know the way that Jack Grealish, when he carries the ball?
Sure. But again, you're comparing him and basically going, oh, you're not as good as 2 generational talents.
I think he is as good, though. I genuinely.
No, but that's what people are saying.
That's what people are saying. Yeah, but I think that he is truly brilliant. He's forever scoring big goals for us. I love the bloke.
I think he's a great player. He comes across really nice. You can't really hate him. Liverpool are not in a position to make radical changes at this point in the season, shall we say? So radical change is not on, and that's the worry at this point. Because it does feel like there's some quite significant changes that need to be made but aren't being made. And I worry that this side are a little bit caught in the headlights right now, where it's like, we were expecting to be winning the league or at least competing for it. And now we're expected to get just about into the Champions League. Am I going to get that new contract? Is it going to go as well? If we don't make Champions League, what happens then? If we don't make Champions League, do we get the players that we thought we might get in?
Yeah.
Already people are thinking ahead. And then some people are also going, okay, we'll write this season off then.
What about with regard to Mo Salah? Do you make anything of the fact that he looked so angry when he was taken off?
Well, you can only guess and free associate at this point because you don't know what else is going on. But I would say there's probably a new contract that player wants. I think Mo Salah's more competitive than we let on, because I think a lot of people project an image onto a player. They sort of go, oh, he's very mild-mannered, he's very quiet, he's Egyptian, so we'll put all of those factors onto him that we know about Egyptian people. And they don't get that competitive nature I think Mo Salah has. I think he's actually
really driven, really determined.
He's got a real edge that I think a lot of people don't see, because he isn't as that muscular sort of like Ronaldo type, and he isn't that kind of like unknowable genius that Messi looks like. So he sort of falls in this middle bracket almost. He is a bit of an amalgamation.
But also you don't get to the top the way that he has without that edge.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And also, I think you know, in order to even perform like that consistently, you do have to be driven to that extent.
Yeah,
and
so
bear in mind, this guy is furious because I think he wanted a goal in this game. I think he probably, not only that, but if you have a poor performance against an ex-club,
Yeah.
you get frustrated. All those kind of things.
And he's often had good performances against us.
Well, he scored. I mean,
scored
they always go back to that, like the missile that cut in and went up there. It must be frustrating to then watch a mirror image of almost that happen with Mason Mount, where he sort of cuts in. It's not the missile, but it's a really well placed shot. You think, I wish I was doing that for my team. You must get frustrated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not explicable. Chelsea, by the way, it could be trouble in paradise. Could be trouble in wherever you want to call it. Because if Liverpool are going to try and move people on, they'll probably know at this point.
Yeah.
The players will probably know that there is a bit of a plan going on.
The conversation is happening. Or
and you can't say, by the way, that this FSG or the company that managed Liverpool, whatever that is, don't have history for moving on some of their biggest assets at the highest peak and going, cool, off they go.
Yeah. With regard to Chelsea, that's now 10 games for Tuchel, 10 unbeaten.
Love it.
We barely concede any goals.
Obviously, didn't concede any today.
Didn't concede any today, but we're good, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah. But I knew that. We were saying that on the live stream together, 2 weeks ago now? This team has got something because Tuchel's come in and tinkered and sort of moved things around a little bit, moved the formation. It feels very fresh. It always looks fresh to me, this Chelsea side.
Yeah.
I always sort of go, oh, there's more in this. There's another 2 or 3 gears. And I think the players are beginning to go, oh, there is. And when you're 1-0 up passing the ball around Liverpool, there was a couple of times where they were passing it around, taking a couple of risky passes almost. They almost look like they're enjoying it. And when you go, this is working. And it's not against a side that you feel you should always be beating anyway. It's against Liverpool. There's something quite fun about that. And you begin to get the buy-in that you need there from those players.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it? It's like to obviously land at a club that weren't in the best vein of form.
Absolutely.
He's done very well there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm all for Thomas Tuchel because I
do
think he's a bit of a...
Chelsea make top 4 now?
Well, that would be me. You're basically saying, do you think Liverpool or Chelsea make it? I personally have...
Or both? I actually think both.
I think that's a little bit speculative.
For me, in no particular order, but this is probably the order, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool. I think they're the 4 clubs. Because I think that West Ham, Everton and Leicester are very catchable for this Liverpool team.
I agree. I think it'll be down to confidence as to whether Liverpool capture them and catch them. Part of me is worried that I think they can.
What is it? 10 games left?
It's whether I think they're actually going to do that. Whether they'll actually enact that. I think it's 11 games left.
11 games left. So 33 points. That's enough.
It is, but that's judging them that the other teams don't win all those games anyway. Liverpool do have what you call a kind run, but that's partly been where you think in the past, well, Liverpool have got a kind run, and then they lost 5 games in a row, 7 games in a row. They've not won at Anfield now. It's pretty damning. It is damning. It's frustrating as a Liverpool fan to watch because you think, well, this team is good. That's the frustrating bit. They're good.
Well, but you know what? That's how I feel about them and the club. I feel conditioned to just think that they're going to make it. When we sat down on the kickoff and watched the Champions League game against Leipzig, there was no doubt in my mind that Liverpool were going to win that. And I know that
was a classic Liverpool performance, though.
Yeah,
and then the same against Sheffield. I think we've got to look for the reaction against Fulham. Then you look the game we're going to cover, the Champions League on the Wednesday.
That's safe though.
Well, we'll see. I guess at this point I'm very concerned because I think if Liverpool don't make the top 4, I do think it affects finances. I do think they go, okay, well, we've not got the however many million we want from Champions League or this or that.
Yeah, and also recruitment. Players don't want to come to a club not in the Champions League.
You know what else players don't want? They don't want. It's nothing to do with just Champions League. It's about inconsistency. What they want to be is consistently challenging and consistently in that competition. What you don't want is to go one season on, one season off. Will we make the top 4? Won't we make the top 4? You want to have that, be able to go back to Nike and Adidas, which is probably the level of the player that Liverpool's looking to sign, and go, I want the deal. I want to be the boot guy. I want to be that. So
layered, isn't it? So much going on.
There's a lot more to it, which is the same with the Mo Salah situation. There are no excuses for Liverpool. That's a really poor performance. It's not. I'm saying they should have thrashed Chelsea, but 5 games in a row is inexcusable. It hasn't happened in the club's history before, and it requires some real self-reflection. And if anything, you'd hope that is a bit of a What's the phrase?
Rude awakening.
Rude awakening, yeah, and a bit of a tool that Klopp can use to beat the players, because you sort of go, look, you've really let the fans down there.
Yeah,
they can't be.
You broke records in a good way. Now you're breaking them in the wrong way.
They can't be at Anfield, so the only thing they've got is this sort of thing. It's very frustrating to watch.
Mate, thank you so much. Really enjoyed it.
It's indicative of a bigger problem at Liverpool.
Since
that Watford game where they got beaten 3-0, they've not been the same side, and that is a long time ago.
Yeah.
So that's probably a whole year.
It's not far off a year.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So bear that in mind. Think about that when we watch the end of this season.
Thank you.
Rory and I are going to go and light the whole studio now because it's a bit dark in here, I think.
Thank you so much for everybody for watching this video. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all very soon.